We're back again with yet another interview. My good friend from Nigeria, boxing. In fact, let him introduce himself. Good afternoon, brother.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's good to hear you. It's good to see you again. So,
Thanks for
let people
thanks for
know who
having me.
don't know who you are. Let
All
people
right.
know who you are.
First of all, thanks for having me, and I'm so want to say a very big thank you to everybody that is watching. And my name is Oladimeji Akinde, but popularly known as Felachamp. So I'm the founder of Felachamp Promotion, and Felachamp Promotion is all about sport activities, precisely boxing. So we've been into the game as a boxer, also as an amateur boxer, as a professional boxer, and now we are doing the business part of the game, so which is management and promoting the sport of boxing.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your amateur background. Tell me about your pro background because people will ask the question.
Yeah, I had a couple of amateur at 20. I'm already Nigerian champion, and I only represented Nigeria one time at the Commonwealth Youth Games. In I think it was in India in 2008. So that was my only international competition representing my country
What was that like?
as an amateur. So I think I lost at the quarterfinal stage.
Okay, but what was the experience like boxing
Yeah,
internationally?
it was great, and it was a great experience, and it was so amazing. Putting on the flag of my country, representing my country. So it was a very amazing experience.
Fantastic, fantastic. And obviously, you turned pro. What was the decision to? Why did you decide to turn pro?
It was a long story, but I'm gonna cut the long story short. So when I arrived here in France to continue my boxing career, eventually I visited many boxing gym. So eventually they took me to the French national team. So yeah, they have a camp, so they took me there to have some sparring with the French national team boxers. So that was where I met Suleiman Sissoko. Suleiman Sissoko, I think he was a bronze medalist at the 2016 Olympic game. Yeah. So I had a sparring with them a couple of times and something like that. So eventually, when I arrived in France, so I live in the country illegally. I don't have papers. So uh, they welcomed me, they allowed me to train with them. They told me to be coming. And but the club I'm representing then said no. And the reason why they said no is just like, oh, even though at the camp, if I beat all of them, so they're still not gonna I'm still not gonna represent the country. I'm still not gonna represent France because I'm not a French. I don't even have a paper. So along the line, they will ask me to learn French. So it's just gonna be like a waste of time. So that is when they bring the idea of me turning pro, and which I agree to them. And that is how I turn pro.
There you go. And what was it like being a pro boxer?
Yeah, it was good, but it's totally different. So because when I said it's totally different, because to be successful as a pro, you need more fight. You will meet different kind of fighters. You know, um, you meet different kind of fighters. So, but it's so amazing to fight as a professional fighter, but it's very difficult. You have to train. Even some people think boxing is a team sport. Boxing is not a team sport. It's an individual sport. You have to train alone as a pro. You have to get yourself ready. You have to do everything by yourself. Just do everything possible. That will get you victory on the fight day.
So when you
So
turned pro, did you have the choice of who your trainer was, or were you just given a trainer?
so I was given a trainer because the club I was training then, they have a coach, so I have to work with him, and he's a very good trainer as well. So
Do you remember his name?
his name is Mohamed. He's a French guy, so I couldn't really pronounce his last name, but it's somehow difficult for me to pronounce. But his name is
Okay,
Mohamed.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, fair enough. So okay, so you turned pro. Uh, through your pro career, what was the takeaways? What was the most important lessons you've learned now as you going to manage the other fighters, and what do you look out for?
Can you repeat, please?
As a professional fighter that now is not like, what have you learned? What are the key lessons you've learned as from being a pro fighter to now being managing fighters? What do you look for, and what have you learned?
Yeah. First of all, being a pro fighter is not boxing is not just all about fighting. So boxing goes a very long way. When it comes to the business part of it, when it comes to the marketing part of it, so it goes a very long way. It's beyond fighting. So that is one thing I learned so far. You have to get yourself ready as a profiler. You have to be marketable as well. You have to you know you have to be a productive fighter as well. So before you can get yourself a good promoter, because for you to bring a lot of crowds. So it's not just about you can beat everybody, and nobody want to promote you because you might not be a marketable fighter. You can be the champion, yet you don't have good promoter, you don't have good management. So
And
I've learned so far that boxing is not just about fighting.
so, what is it you obviously you talked about the fact of not being having a good promoter behind you. Does that have like when you don't have a good promoter behind you and you go to the judges' scorecard, is it more likely to affect your outcome as a fighter if you don't have a good promoter?
To me, no. I don't I don't think I don't think that really gonna go about that. So what I mean by having a good promoter, let me break it down.
Okay,
So for you to have a good promoter, if you are a good fighter, firstly, and secondly, if you are marketable, everybody want to watch you. You can bring a lot of crowd. So even every promoter want to put you on their show.
okay,
So you have to be able to sell tickets. So every promoter want to have you on their show. So that is what I mean by having a good promoter. It's not like no promoter. Every promoter want to set up a show, and eventually at the end of the show, they want to make some profit. So, but if you can bring the crowd, you can sell tickets. So nobody want to put you on their show. So that is what I mean by having a good promoter. So you yourself, you must be an entertainer. You must be ready to pull the crowd. So that is what I mean by having a good promoter.
okay. Just 1 second. People that are in the room that are watching this interview, please do smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button. Thank you. So next, like, what are the mistakes that you think you made as a fighter that now again you learn as a promoter or as a manager?
I won't call that mistake. So
Okay,
um let me just put it, I won't call it mistakes. Um I will said the we like say I won't also want to call it regret as well. So
okay,
I would have loved to start my professional career back home in my hometown, in my own country, Nigeria,
okay.
before moving to Europe, or to America, or moving out of the country. So it's better starting as a boxer. It's better you start your professional career in your home country, where you have your fans, where you have a family, where you have everybody behind you to support you. Then when you start winning, getting good ranking on BoxRec, then the whole world will see you. Then you can execute your talent. You can prove to the whole world that you are the best. But starting a professional career from overseas. So let's look at it. Many
Mhm.
Nigerians or many Africans starting their promoter or starting their professional career overseas, at the end they don't really get to the top because of what? Because there's no they don't have good promoter behind them. When I say good promoter, because they are not born in, for example, me, I'm not born here in France. So for example, if I want to fight, I have my Nigerians brothers they want to watch. So how many of them really want to pay? Most of them want to watch for free. I can't even sell 500 tickets, so it's too poor, you see. So that is the only thing. If I will have the opportunity to change, I would love to start my professional career back home in Nigeria before coming to
Ah.
overseas. Yeah.
So did you get any chance to fight back in Nigeria?
Oh, I yes, I did. Last year, I had two fights in Nigeria, but um, yeah, I had two fights in Nigeria. So, but it's not to the standard and the level which I want.
So what would you say the level was like when you were in Nigeria? So you knew you were going to win the fights, or
Oh, first of all, the my opponent pull out at the last minute, so we need to look for replacement, and the replacement, it was a short notice, so probably is not ready to fight, but he doesn't have an option probably, and I will say a very big thank you to him for him to even accept at the last minute. So that is what I really mean. So eventually, it might be different thing if the main opponent didn't pull out at the last minute.
okay, okay. On the subject of Nigerian boxing, let's just talk about Nigerian boxing for a moment. Where would you say the state of Nigerian boxing is in terms of the talent? Because you hear about a lot of fighters in Africa being very talented. We know we've had great fighters that come out of Nigeria. We talk about Samuel Peter, so many. Uh, what's his name? The bazooka. What's his? Not that's from Ghana. What's his name? The
I,
current guy, Ike.
Ike
Ike
Ibuebuhi,
Ibuebuhi.
yeah,
Yes, obviously as well. And Samuel Peter, we could talk about two already that are two great fighters from Nigeria. But there's so many other fighters from Nigeria. What made those or makes those fighters good, and what's the difference between them and the guys that don't make it? Would you say?
yeah. As I've said earlier, let's come to let me use Ike Ibuebuhi as an example. So if you we don't really me, I don't really know him, but may he so rest in peace, my late coach or Coach Obisi Awankpa used to tell me about Ibabuchi, how great he is, the way he fight. Eventually, at the end, um, let's come to look at it now. The way he was fighting from the beginning, at the long run, him, he didn't achieve his goal. He didn't achieve his aim. He didn't get there. He was almost there. Eventually, nobody knows what happened. So we had a lot of story about him. Some say it was set up. Some say this. Some say that. And my late coach Obisawakpa always tell me it's only a failure that give excuses. So don't give excuse for being a failure. So if it is set up, if it is real, if he committed the crime they sentence him for, if he didn't commit it, nobody knows. But the fact that he has been jailed and he has been jailed and being jailed now at 52, he can't do nothing. He has never achieved his aim. And this is a guy Mike Tyson is scared of. This is a guy that was there already at the top 10 heavyweight fighter. So this is a guy who defeated David Tua. So a lot of eyes, all eyes was on him. But did he achieve it? Did he become a world champion? Did he become an undisputed champion? No. At the end, he failed.
So how do you
So
feel
I
about
don't.
him now at 50? How do you feel about him now at 52 making his comeback?
To me, it wasn't. To me, it's not the same. I said earlier I don't know him, but I watch him. I watch him. I watch him. I watch him many times, and this is a.
Oops, it's broken. What's going on here? I hope he'll come back. Bear with me a second, people. He should be back soon. I was just getting interested in that interview as well. If you're in the room, please do hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. See if he'll come back. He's back. He's back. Telephone
Yeah,
call?
sorry. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. I forgot to
Go
put
ahead.
my phone on do not disturb.
Okay. Oh, he's gone again. He's back. You're back. He's back.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry.
It's okay. So you're talking about Ike at 52.
So for me, it's not the same. Everybody knows, and it's not the same. It's not the same. So even the fight he had, so he still have the zeal, but there's no strength. There's no. It wasn't the same. So to me, I don't think he can make up to 3 fight before getting into retirement.
Really? Do you think so? You don't think he's got any chance of maybe making a George Foreman run, like how
No,
Foreman did?
sincerely, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think it's not going to happen.
So, so okay, you're let's say you're let's do this for a moment. You're managing him at 52. You might not even you may not even go anywhere near him. But let's say you were managing him, and somebody said to you, right, fellow chap, you got uh, Ike, 3 fights. Where are you taking him, and how? What are you going to do with him for those 3 fights?
Um, Sincerely, I'm just gonna be sincerely. Um, I'm. I know I won't be able to manage him, but sincerely, I will advise him to retire. So it's not. There's life after boxing. So there's life after boxing. So getting onto the ring with the young guys, so it's dangerous for his health. And I think and his family need him. So you have to think about his health. So boxing is just temporary, but we have life after boxing. So I don't think it's gonna have more than 2, 3 fight before
But
getting to
but
retirement.
he needs, but to get some money back, he's probably want to get some money, isn't it, for his family?
Yeah,
So you've got
that is the business part of it, and that is the reason he's calling out music. And calling out music is going too far. There's a lot of heavyweight you need to fight if you really want to fight. Going to music is very dangerous for him, firstly, and secondly, I don't think the fight will happen. The fight can't happen. There's this. Oh, at least you have to fight the first 1 to Let me just say 1 to 50. So he has never fight anybody. So he just barely fought in Nigeria,
So
which is
okay,
his comeback. So
so
probably he's going to have another fight again, maybe three fights in Nigeria before going to the Western boys. And so to me, it's very very dangerous for him. I'm not
what
writing him
sort
off,
of
but
what
no
sort of
time.
opponents would you get? What sort of opponents would you get for him then? And how
Ah,
quickly would you get him turning around and fighting?
can you repeat your question, please?
How what sort of opponents would you be looking for Ike? And how would you and who would you put him up against? What type of opponents would you if you're matchmaking for him?
Yeah, if I'm in matchmaking, so matchmaker, I'm just gonna advise him probably to fight in an exhibition fight bout, probably against Mike Tyson or against what is it called?
Jake
Jack
Paul?
Paul. Yeah. So even Jack Paul is dangerous because Jack Paul is very, very doing great now, improving day by day, and he's getting into the game. So
But if,
he and
but
he punched so hard. So
yeah, but that's a good angle though. I mean, I know Ike's 52, but a Jake Paul fight.
yeah, you
I
should
mean, if
fight
Mike
Jack
fought
Paul.
him,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Mike fought him,
If Mike Tyson can do it, so he can do it as well. So I will advise him to fight as an exhibition, fight Jake Paul. Oh, yeah. So that will be my advice for him because all of these heavyweight guys, they are dangerous to him. Sincerely.
so the Ike that we remembered, we should totally forget about that now and just forget them days.
Sincerely. Yeah. I think people knows that. So if you can see after his fight, after his comeback in Nigeria, a lot of people writing about him. Yeah. So it was great. But it's not in his prime. So that was in his prime. But presently it wasn't the same. And
So
boxing, can
they need to
you?
get back out. They need to get him back out there again, isn't it? You really are.
Oh my god. Um so let's look at it from this angle.
Okay,
Floyd retired at probably 42 or 40 years.
yeah,
I'm not really sure. So he retired
yeah.
and eventually come back. So when he came back, did he fight any real boxer? No, he never fight any real boxer. He started fighting as an exhibition. Fighting as an exhibition. He know what he's doing. And to me, that is just the business part of the game, of the sport.
Maybe you know what? Maybe he could fight in the Misfits. You
He
know the
won't.
Misfits in England. Yeah, but
He
think this a
won't.
second. He
Do you
he was
think
beat. Those guys are not skilled enough in the Misfits. A lot of them. If you get some right
what
matches, you can knock a few guys over.
when do you think if Floyd is broke, he will definitely come back to fight Canelo? Because Canelo was really hot and Canelo really want to fight a rematch with him. But
Yeah.
Floyd isn't broke, he's rich, he's okay, he's there enjoying his money. He will never come back and fight. And even I could remember people are talking about him fighting rematch with Manny Pacquiao, but he doesn't want to fight. It's just now to live, enjoy his money because boxing is dangerous. He can't just come again, start taking punches at probably 42 or 43. So he consider himself like um he respects his retirement and consider himself as an old man
So I
at
should do
35,
exhibitions
at
then.
35, 36, 37. So I think if someone retired at that age is okay. Now 52. So you have children, you have grandchildren. So it can the family can sit down and in front of their grandfather is now getting punished. It's not cool. To me, it's not cool.
I hear it. I get it. Fight safety. Sometimes fighters need to be safe on their own bravery.
Yeah, and there's some fighter they are still fighting at 45,
Oliver
47.
McCall.
That is, yeah,
Oliver McCall is still boxing. Oliver McCall and Danny Williams.
yeah,
Danny
but-
Williams and Oliver McCall.
yeah. I think they are. I would say probably they are only fighting for the for the money. Do you see how? Oh, what is this guy? Dana White was get knocked out in the first round. So
Yeah, Killian White. Yeah.
yeah, in the first round, boxing is dangerous. So when we get to some age, we just have to, at times the zeal is there, the what we've been doing for years, to quit is very difficult, we understand, but we have to
Okay.
let the young ones take over.
Let's talk about yourself and some of the fighters you've worked with, because people probably want to know the fighters you either worked with or are working with or have worked with.
Yeah, anyway, I've worked with, I would say, several fighters, and they're all good. So, but at this moment, under my management, I don't have any fighter under at the moment. So I'm trying to sign probably two heavyweight fighter. So I really want to focus and work with fighters from the heavyweight division. So that is the plan at the moment. And presently, I don't have any fighter under my management.
Okay, I know you had a young lady who became world champion, if I'm correct, and she came to the UK and she fought in Portsmouth, I believe, against a young lady called Laura, who we actually had on our channel years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yes,
That was year 2022.
yes, and then you're cutting yourself short here because you've had fighters that have fought in the UK and they fought on big builds in the UK as well.
Yeah, you,
Tell me some of the places your fighters have fought.
uh, from precisely in the UK, in Accra, um, I think all over the world except America and Canada.
Okay,
Mostly in Europe. Most of them come to France to fight. Uh, Germany, where again? I think that is in the Europe and Africa as well. But in the
tell
US,
me
not yet.
the biggest card you've been on, or one of your fighters have been on, the biggest card.
Yeah, we said the biggest card. Yeah, sincerely, I can't even remember, but I think the biggest card I've been on was when I fight for the um. There's this championship when I fought for this championship in France. So I was so excited. Eventually, I lost by just 1 point. But truly, I know I won. But that was it. I'm not the judge, but I know in me, I know I won. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I was so excited because the reason why I was so excited, I was standing in front of the French people, and we have about, let me just, over 3,000 spectators, and um, they are singing their national anthem. Everybody was on their feet, so that alone make me feel emotional. And to me, it was the biggest event I've fought on.
Okay. Tell me, as a manager or promote a manager, because that's what you would be, right? Tell me what your philosophy is as a manager. So, if a heavyweight is sitting down at home watching and saying, "I'm looking for a manager," who are you? What is Felachamp as a manager? What are the things you can guarantee, or what are the things that would make if you your unique selling point? They say, what is your unique selling point? What is why should somebody sign with Felachamp?
Yeah, I will, let me start from this place. So we're gonna uh when once you sign with Felachamp as an heavyweight fighter, the way I said I'm looking for an heavyweight fighter, so we guarantee you will be active between the 12 calendar months. So at least you'll be active 3 to 4 times in any. It can be it can be local, it can be international, but we our duty is to provide you a fight and also to protect you and also to promote you, try to talk to some sponsorships for you so that your name can be known all over the country, both in local, both national and international. So those are the activities we're gonna engage you on.
Okay. What else would a fighter need to know about the manager?
So what the fighter needs to know about the manager that we are the manager is active and the manager is guaranteed nothing less than 3 fights a year and uh that is it.
Okay. So that's the guarantee. Anything else that a fighter should know about you and the way you do business?
Yeah, what you should know also is just punctuality and seriousness. So I work with time and I don't mix business with pleasure. So and also he have to be ready. So because if he's not punctual and it's going to affect our services and also it's not going to since it's not going to go the way we both want. So punctuality and seriousness, dedication is also very, very important in everything we're doing in life.
So you talk about punctuality,
Yeah.
dedication, commitment. So professionalism is one thing. What are the things? Tell me things that you really dislike or I dislike in a fighter that you've had to deal with or experiences you've had dealing with fighters.
Oh, what I don't like, what I dislike in a fighter is any fighters that complains too much. I dislike fighters like that. When what I mean
Okay.
by complain too much, there are some there are some there are some situation you will find yourself. When you start complaining, you've already lost concentration. When you start complaining, probably, for example, you want to go on a fight or you are preparing for a fight, you start complaining, my shoe is this, my glove is bad, I don't have this. So alone, you yourself, you've destabilized yourself, you've lost already. So I don't like any fighter that complains too much. There are some situations you will find yourself. You have to manage the situation. You have to manage the situation because I remember when I was an amateur fighter, when my late coach Obisa Wampa always used to tell me, don't complain, do your job, prove yourself, every other thing will follow. I believe strongly in his philosophy. I believe strongly in what he told me because let me use myself as an example. When I arrived in France, when I went to the club, this, that, I don't complain. Then I don't have papers, I don't have anything. I was, but the energy, the zeal
The
from
willingness,
yeah, for the willingness from Nigeria to here. So what I always have on my head, like the young guys, they are all there. I would just think like all of you guys, I'm just gonna defeat you guys because when I was boxing, when I was boxing in Lagos, most of them they have never been born. So that one on my head. So I don't complain. I manage this situation. And when you start going, every other doors will be opening. But if you start with complaining, this, that. You yourself, you've lost the battle. You've lost the battle when you start with complaint. So when they give me glove, I don't complain. I go into the ring. I get I do my I get my job done, and after that, them by themselves. Some of them will walk to me. Some will give me money. Some will boxing shot. Some will give me shoe. But if I let's assume I start with I don't have shoe, nobody will listen to me.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. So without even asking for help, they will definitely help you because you are not complaining. You get there, you do your job, and they say, this is the fine boxer. They will willingly, voluntarily, they will give you whatever gift they want. So me, I dislike boxer, any fighter that complain too much. I dislike them, and also I
Yeah, here you go.
dislike any fighter that give excuses. It's because of my boxing boot is bent, and that was the reason I lost the fight. There's something happened. Manage every situation and come out victorious. At times you manage the situation and you got defeated. It's okay. It's win-win, but
Yeah, yeah.
don't complain too much.
But then are those fighters not serious? They're not serious fighters.
Yeah, every situation you have to manage. At times you can get to the ring, and eventually you discover the boxing ring, the probably the what is it called, the rug they put on the ring.
Yeah.
On the probably is sleepy. Will you tell me that you don't want to fight? You won't
You
say
got
you
to
do.
fight.
You got to fight because you are not the only one there. Both of you guys are there. So the we know he's sleepy, but just manage the situation in any way you can. Don't say because
Yeah.
the ring is sleepy, I don't want to fight. You've lost. So many people will dislike you. So I don't like when boxers complain. That is one thing. I don't like when boxers complain.
So when fighters, because I remember talking to fighters when I was in Nigeria, and it's like they they were ex- they were more focused on getting on a plane and leaving the country to go and fight abroad or to meet the promoters and to say they're abroad, then they actually weren't actually fighting. They talked more about the promotion and America and the UK, but they actually never talked about the fighting side of things. You can be traveling but not understanding what you're traveling for. It's not a holiday. Talk to me about that a bit more because you smiled at me, so you understood what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I get your question, but I want you to repeat. Come again. Come again. One more
So
time,
you know
please.
this. When I was in Nigeria, I noticed a lot of fighters would say to me, "Oh yeah, can you get me to travel abroad? I want to go abroad. I want to fight for Frank Warren. I want to fight for Eddie Hearn. I want to fight for this person. I want to fight in America." I'm like, before you do that, you have to have a good record, and you have to fight, and you have to be consistent, and there has to be something a bit special about you.
Yeah. Anyway, so the reason why most of us, let me include myself, the reason why most of us um want to go abroad, want to go fight in America, want to go do this, want to go that. So as I've said earlier, we think everything is easy in abroad. That is our first thought. We think everything is easy. And eventually getting to abroad, we now realize is not what we think. Then, because of that, most boxers, most fighters, most athletes, they will now deviate from their dream. they will deviate from the purpose of their trip or of their traveling, because it was not what we expect. For example, uh, when I arrived here, me, I was eager. I want to prove myself. I was hungry to put on the gloves and so on. They said no. It's step by step. So I have to get medical checkup. I have to get the
Eye test,
after I have to even the
MRI
IRM.
scan.
I have to do everything complete before they can let me. So imagine I don't have money to run all those tests. So what we know is different for the way they operate. So what we know is different from the way we operate. At times, I remember during my amateur days, I can put on the gloves or during sparring. Probably I landed the punch and I feel a little bit pain on my hand. Eventually, I need to stop so that the hand won't get damaged. But during our own days, we continue fighting like that. We continue fighting because we have in our head like, oh, if we stop, they might think I'm scared. No. So a lot what we our thinking is different from the way they operate. And because of that, most fighters, most athletes deviate from the purpose of their trip. Most fighters deviate. Oh, because when we get here, we now realize it was not what we think. This is how it is, this is how it goes, so this is how they do. And
Yep, see here.
mostly when you get there, when we get to overseas, let me put it that way, nobody know us. Nobody want to invest. I'm not an Olympian, so nobody know me.
Yeah,
Nobody want to watch me. Nobody want to invest. So what will I do? I might stay 3, 4, 5 years without fighting. So I have to start looking for another means. Probably abandon the sport of boxing, trying to do something, So those are the most reason many boxers deviate from their goal. But before they leave the country, they think when they get here, everything is just free, everything is
yeah.
okay. It
It doesn't
wasn't.
work like that.
It doesn't
It
work
doesn't
like that.
work like that. Yeah, they understand
So,
that, and it like often when I
but
was
you
in,
don't know until you get there.
until you come. I tell people
Yeah.
in Nigeria, they think, "Oh, I'll just get on the plane. I'll come to England. It'll be okay." And I look at them and going, "Really, really?
There
Who's
was
going to
this,
sponsor you?
yeah,
Who's going to back
there was
you?"
this fire. Oh, I think you might know him. Oh, Taiwo Agbaji. They used to call him a shepherd.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So every time you put a call through, you want to do this, you want to do this. I told him it's not like that. Calm down. In Nigeria, if you have a team, probably a manager or a promoter that can put you on a show, that can get you a fight at least maybe twice a year or 3 times a year, even though they ask you to fight for free, don't bother. Just fight. Just make sure you win. Improve your record. Take your record up. Then the on the world ranking, then you have an opportunity to fight overseas. He didn't believe what I said. He ignored my advice. But eventually, he had an opportunity to come to the UK. I think about 2 years ago, if I'm right. When he arrived in the UK, he understand everything I've advised him, everything I've said to him. He now understand, like, oh, when he was in UK, he put a call through. He now said, everything you said to me, that is exactly the way I made it here. Because nobody knows you. Firstly, nobody want to
yes.
invest on you because nobody want to lose his money. Nobody want to invest strongly. So now he realized he understood everything. So if you don't get there, you won't understand. There's no way they will explain to you. You will never get it right. You will think they are just saying it, they are just saying, but when you get there, you will definitely understand.
Wow.
A
Wow. That's some
lot.
great insight there.
Yeah, a lot, a lot.
I remember that young man. I think he came to England, and I remember him being, I think he was in North London. He was in
Yeah,
Tottenham, I think.
yeah.
And I saw him, and he was on TV. I think he got knocked out with a body shot or something. I think he realised it might have been him. It was a body shot. I think he got knocked out by a body shot. It might have been him. He was in UK, and he
Yeah,
fought on one of these cards, and he got hit. I think he got hit with a body shot. He got stopped in 2 or 3 rounds, something like that. I
yes,
could be
I think
wrong.
so.
It's the same guy, right?
No, that is not, it's not him. So this, I think
It's
if he
another
fight
guy.
at the, yeah, he fight at the featherweight or super featherweight. Yeah, he's not the,
Yes,
yeah, I know the guy. So that
you know
was
the guy
my,
I'm talking about.
the one you're talking about get knocked out. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that was my
yeah,
boxer.
yeah.
Yeah,
And what happened? What happened with him?
yeah, it was ring rusted for
Yeah,
about,
he was
let me
out
just,
for a while. I remember.
yeah, it was ring rusted for some years, and so he tried his best, and but I would say his best wasn't enough. So that
But the
is all
guy he
I
fought was
can.
quite decent. The guy he fought was quite good though.
Yeah,
He was
he,
quite he was quite decent.
yeah, he's very good, and he's also a knockout artist because he punch hard
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
he punch very hard. So some knockout fighters, when he got to a stage, people will definitely adapt with your style. If you don't change your
Yeah,
approach, if you don't change your style, you know, as a fighter, at least you must have like 3 to 4 different approach. So if it is just one, so they only know, okay, you are coming with the power, and they will, all they need to do is just to find a solution to the power. So once they got the solution to the power, you're gone.
you're in trouble. You're in
You see,
trouble.
you're
Take
in
the right
trouble.
hand
You
away.
don't have,
Take the right
yeah.
hand away.
You see,
Yeah, move away from
so,
you for a few rounds. Counter
yeah.
punch.
So you have to know how to switch. You have to know how to change your plan. You have to at least at least 3 different approach. So when they get used to one, you use different another one. When they get used to you, so you have to switch. But if you have only one approach, so
You're in trouble.
yeah, it's very, very
So let's
difficult and you throw.
let's let's kind of wrap this up. I want to talk a little bit about Nigeria in terms of like what's the possibility of a super fight being held, like a Wilder versus Joshua? How would that work? Was that possible? Could Nigeria hold, stage a fight like that?
Yeah, it's possible because now, sincerely, Nigerian boxing has really developed because we have a lot of promoters now, a lot that they are really staking on boxing, investing very big in boxing. So unlike before, now we have a lot of promoters. So I think there's this Bamura promotion. I think they have collaborate with Amir Khan Promotion.
And they're calm, yes. In Lagos, yes,
Of October. So
yes.
guys, the only, I would say, the only issue most of these promoter have, the only
Right. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Uh, two final thoughts. What's your thought on Canelo versus Crawford? Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. And okay. One more fight. What are your thoughts on Javante Davis, the lightweight, fighting Jake Paul, the cruiserweight? It is, isn't it? No, 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 no. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, because it's absolute nonsense. How does that? It's an exhibition bout, they're saying, but Javante Davis is currently a world champion. He's a current world champion. The fight, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Javante, absolutely. Absolutely, and yeah, it's too much. What do you and what are your thoughts of your obviously your countryman uh, Anthony Joshua fighting Jake Paul? Because that was the fight that was planned before. What were your thoughts on that? Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. 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 You're not a big fan of it. That's true. Yeah. I understand. Okay. Andre Ward. He said he wants to fight Joshua. What do you think of that? Yeah. What? Why? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Even now. Wow. He touched him. Yeah. hmm Yes. No. It's very basic. I wasn't. What about Fury? Okay. Interesting. And one final question. What are your thoughts on Moses Atalma? The next Mike Tyson, they're saying. Yeah. Does he does he beat Usyk? Oh, There is no chance. They're saying he might either fight Kubrat Pulev, Herkovich, or Jermaine Franklin. Yeah. Why is it he? Why is it that Usyk? Why do you think Usyk beats him? I mean, for people listening. Uh-huh. Did you? I always thought Usyk was going to beat Fury. Always thought it because I didn't think Usyk. I didn't think Fury wanted to fight Usyk. Yeah. 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 Second, he fought that guy, Chaz Witherspoon. Yeah, he fought Chaz Witherspoon, and then it was the second fight, and then second fight was Chisora, third fight was Joshua. Expected. I could have told you. I could have told you that because yeah, beat him. It's true. The Kai is much better than Fury. He can punch. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fellow champ. Thank you so much for this interview. Really appreciate it. How do people contact you? Do you have a website, or people can contact you, or an email address? How can people contact you? So Felachamp, 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 correct? And also, if you want to, Felachamp Promotions, and if you want to know more about Felachamp as well, you can go on BWTM Sports and you can type in Felachamp and you'll see all our previous interviews and even the show he put on as well. So how's that in Lagos? So how's that for you, Felachamp? How's that? Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to speaking to you soon again. Take care. Bye bye.